Hello and welcome to a new episode on Sadhana World Foundation. As you know, we care about crafting young lives. We present experiences from our day-to-day lives and connect them with the knowledge and wisdom which is embedded in our ancient texts. Let's think about our day-to-day lives. All of us want to be in control. We want to be in the driver's seat. We want to decide our destination. We want to decide our path. We want to use our intellect, our wisdom, our experiences in all those decisions. We feel that we are in control. But what happens in life? Sometimes that steering wheel is taken away. How do we feel? Do we give up? Do we fight back? Do we rebel? Or is there a better way of dealing with the uncertain situations that we face in our lives? That's the question. And I thought I will look into our ancient texts. Of course, the first one which appeared was Srimad Bhagavad Gita, where the teaching is that we can steer our life. We can steer a car. However, we can't decide the terrain. We can't decide the traffic. We can't decide the weather. All that we can do is to drive or to steer our life amidst whatever comes on the way, and we try to reach our destination. We drive our car using our experience, using our intellect. That's what Srimad Bhagavad Gita said. And very interestingly, also, I found in our Upanishads, Katha Upanishad uses a beautiful metaphor. It says that self is the rider. Think about this. When the self is being driven by the intellect, which is the charioteer, all that the intellect could do is to skillfully control those reins, so which keeps the horses on the track that the intellect is driving. So those horses are our senses. So the intellect keeps those horses on the right path. So our mastery is in skillfully handling or controlling those reins. If you are better skilled than me, then you would control those horses or those senses better by handling those reins better. The experience of the journey that the rider will get, which is our self will get, is dependent on so many other things like we discussed just now. It depends upon the weather, it depends upon the traffic, it depends upon the terrain. So based on our intellect, our past experiences, I can do the best that I can do in terms of my attitude, in terms of my calmness, in terms of my thinking, of my behaviors, of my actions. The Stoics also said the same thing, by the way. They said that I can control whatever is in my control. And similarly, Lao Tzu also said in Tao Te Ching that the soft rules over the heart. The yielding conquers the rigid. Very profound, isn't it? So many of us think that we have to be aggressive, we have to be competitive. But look at what Lao Tzu has said. He says, the soft overcomes the hard. Beautiful. So think of this situation where at work you get a new manager who comes full of ideas and advises you to drive your chariot, your car in a different direction from which you were doing it in the past. Let's assume that you thought that the direction you have been following has been showing you good results. You know in heart of your hearts that whatever is being asked of you is not right. So what do? Do you give up? Or do you just flow along? Or do you rebel? Do you fight back? What do you do? That's the question. So what does Bhagavad Gita say? And the same thing applies at home. Let's say your life is going very smoothly. Suddenly you deal with a medical emergency at your home, and that continues for a long time. Let's think of a school for a student. A new teacher comes to the class who seems to be discriminating, finding faults with the student again and again, day after day. What does the student do? Does he or she rebel? Does he or she give up? What do you do? There are several situations in our lives where the steering wheel gets taken away. The control we lose. So what do? I think all these that I cited are saying the same thing. Firstly, it's saying that take a pause. Do not react. Observe what's happening. Secondly, think again. What's in your control? Like we said, what's in our control is our effort, is our attitude, is our calmness. Do your best. And thirdly, adapt. Of course, without losing your core values and beliefs. So we have to trust that the road that you are taking right now wasn't a part of your plan. However, you are taking it. Flow with it. The fact is, we are never in absolute control of anything. Probably this is a reminder to ourselves that we are not in absolute control of any situation. We are participants in a larger rhythm. So my takeaway is that the journey becomes smooth only when we accept it, only when we learn to flow and not fight. And of course, not compromising our core values and beliefs. Ladies and gentlemen, my dear children, think about this profound and deep knowledge that we get out of our ancient texts. I look forward to our future conversations.